Welcome back to Grilling with Rubes. Join me in my series Experimenting with Steak. We're putting steak to the ultimate test with unconventional wild methods, unexpected seasonings to downright insane ideas. This is steak like you've never seen before. Today I'm going to be making herb-fired grilled steak. This steak is infused over smoked rosemary and thyme bundles for an amazing herb crust. Will it work? Let's find out. Stick around. I know you're going to love it. So let's get grilling. I'm also using these Jealous Devil Max XL charcoal briquettes. Look at the difference. So today we're going to be using ribeyes. I've got two. They're approximately about a pound each, and they're probably close to about an inch thick. Now I've had these resting out at room temperature for about 30 minutes, and what I'm going to do first is make sure that they're nice and dry on the outside, free of as much moisture as possible. Salt, pepper, granulated garlic, avocado oil. Rub that in on the top and then on the sides. Season. And don't be holding back on the salt. This definitely is a thick cut. And then black pepper. So one of our regular steaks is going to have just our 3 seasonings, and then our other one is going to be our experimental steak. It's going to have all the rosemary and the thyme bundles smoking and infusing a lot of the aromatics underneath that steak, and we're going to see how much of that we can get in the steak, whether we're going to make it taste better or whether it's going to have a charred crust. We're going to find out. So with our first experiment with steak, I'm not going too crazy, but stay tuned. I'm definitely going to be amping it up in the future with more crazy experiments. Okay, and then the other side also, and we're doing this while we're waiting for our charcoal, and that gives that seasoning a little bit of time, not too much, to penetrate into the steak. So here we have our rosemary and thyme bundles. I've got 2 of them, just enough to be able to cover the bottom of the steak. Got them wrapped up, bundled with our butcher's twine. I'm going to put it into this bowl of water just for about 10-15 minutes. Doesn't have to be too long, just so they don't burn too quickly. All right, so we can see here that our flames are up near the top. Stop smoking. Everything over to this 1/2. These briquettes are a lot hotter than the regular briquettes. Sear these steaks really fast, and then we'll put our grill grate on. Now what I like using is this Crisco Grill Master. Brush that on. All right, and to start off, I'm just going to melt a little bit of butter, minced garlic. And I'll show you in a little while what we're going to do with that, so stay tuned. You definitely feel the heat difference on this XL charcoal. Okay, and on with the regular steak first. There's a rosemary and thyme. Now those are obviously going to burn and sizzle a little bit. Wait for those to smoke. So right over top, you can already smell that, the aromatics of that rosemary and thyme. Absolutely awesome. Now I'm hoping that a lot of those flames are going to get through. You can see it, but that flavor from underneath has got to be a massive improvement. All right, so maybe 1 or 2 minutes on that first side. These are not very thick steaks. I'm going to turn these a little bit. This one's a little thicker than this regular steak, so that might cook a little faster. Go ahead and give this one a flip. Since we're dealing with ribeyes, there'll be a lot of flames. There's a lot of fat content in there. To see where we're at here on this one. This is 117. We are already getting there on that regular steak. That may be it for the rosemary. We're not getting that char that we're getting from the direct heat, so I'm putting this one over. All right, so the bundles are done. My other bundle with that butter that I made earlier, brush some of that on top. This has got to taste good, no question. Additional butter, ooh. So I'm going to take our rosemary bundles, what the heck, get some of that flavor in there right over top again. That's the end of our rosemary, that's burning now. It continues cooking our steak. Put it over to the indirect side for a little while. All right, so it's my favorite time. Let's go ahead and go in for a taste test. So there we can see we got a great crust. It's our experimental steak. Got a little darker, cooked it to about a medium rare, nice and juicy. Okay, and let's check out our regular steak. All right, this one's cooked a little bit more. Definitely for those of you who like a medium to medium well steak, that one was a little bit thinner. That cooked a lot faster, but still probably a good steak. My wife would really like that one. She doesn't like her steaks too underdone or medium rare. In we go, a regular steak for well seasoned. A little more done than I would have expected. It was a thinner piece, by no means. I mean, I'll eat that. A little over medium. Now in with our experimental steak. I don't think this is going to be bad at all. Definitely hit right away with the smell, even before I took a bite. Oof. Oh, just tender. The butter and the garlic brushed on with the rosemary and thyme bundle. You got to do that. The flavor really got into that steak. Literally burned it right into the crust. That really adds an additional depth to the flavor of the steak. And fat in the ribeye. Just can't get enough. Buttery goodness, I tell you. Fantastic flavors. Definitely got to give this a try, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Our first experiment was a huge success with the steak and the rosemary and thyme bundles, infusing a whole lot of aromatics into that steak. Definitely worthwhile and packed with a huge amount of flavor. Stay tuned for my next video in experimenting with steak, where I make a beer powder seasoning and then glaze our steak in dark corn syrup. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's anything that you'd like me to make, please post it in the comments below. See you next time.